Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Inside Spurs. Good to see you all again. Good to be here with some transfer news, and it's mostly outs if I'm honest, which is what's been spoken about for a while. We're focusing on outs, not really ins. So guys, comment, like, subscribe, bell notification, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts on some of these dealings. I'm always interested to know. So I'm going to start with the main guy. He's the thumbnail. He's off. He's having his medical in Naples right now. Tanguy Ndombele, okay? So I spoke in a previous video that the loan deal was about 1 million euros and the option to buy was 30 million euros, okay? And I said a lot of top teams, when they've got a player that they just want to move on, they get him gone quickly, okay? And this is sort of that sort of thing as well. Now, I'd be interested to know with this loan option to buy, is it a option that can become an obligation with performance checkers and tick-offs and all those things? So, I mean, look, as long as he plays well and he shows real quality and he improves a lot, they'll take him anyway. They might go, look, we can't afford 30, but how about 25? And we'll probably end up going, yeah, no problems. Yeah, you can have him. Napoli are an interesting people to negotiate with. Their chairman is difficult. I'm going to be nice and say that he's difficult. He makes some very inflammatory comments from time to time, but I mean he'll probably go, oh, Ndombele was our best player last season. We'll go, oh, fantastic. So you activate that option. You go, yeah, no, we can't afford 30, so we're going to make you a fair offer, and we're thinking, 25 then. And they'll go 10, and you'll go, that's obviously not fair. So no, let's work on this. It'd be one of those sort of guys, okay? But there's always someone that can counteract him. And well, we've got an owner that can do that, but we've also got a man that runs the football club that can do that. We've got Levy and we've got Paratici. So it's best for everyone. It's not really worked with Ndombele. He's not in the squad. He's not in the plans. Move him on. And do you know what? He's moving to a club that's half decent as well, in a good league where he can really showcase some talent against some better defences. That is more of a slower league. I think he'll fit in really nicely over there. So that's my thoughts on Ndombele. Okay, now there's a couple that are sort of linked between the same source. Okay, so but I'm going to kind of start with Harry Winks. There's a few to come. So Harry Winks is where I'm starting. Now I said in a previous video, this man does not have the clout to turn down offers. Okay. Gary Jacobs, via Guardian Sport, has absolutely backed that to the hill, basically, by saying there has been no serious interest in Tottenham Hotspur's midfielder Harry Winks in England since Everton's interest earlier in the summer. That was a long time ago. I remember doing a video on that and saying it's a good move for him to go to Everton because he stays in the league, he stays relevant, and actually, yes, it's a bit of a step down, but you're playing under Lampard, you're playing in a good stadium with good fans. That's dried up. That's ended. And so Winks has been offered out in Italy and Spain by Spurs. Now, obviously, Valencia was the main one, but they're trying to probably still work a little bit on Artur Melo from Juventus. We're probably hoping and praying that Juventus don't do that, but Juventus want Paredes and they want to get rid of Rabiot, and he's not off to United, so they need to be able to ship players off. I know they got rid of Ramsey, but they've pretty much had to pay him off. With other people, they need to be able to do that so they can get Paredes in, or Paredes, however you may want to say it. I think Winks needs to be careful. Like I said, he does not have the clout to demand things or dictate things. He doesn't have that. He should be looking to say, look, this club really wants me. It's a decent standard. Like I said about Sampdoria, he should be jumping at that opportunity, in my opinion. So, but we'll wait and see, because I think that's going to go down right to the end of the window. And if he's the kind of guy that goes, oh no, I'm just going to sit in the squad, I'm not gonna leave, then he's an idiot. So he needs to get himself gone, and he's had months to do this, and he's been rejecting things. So he needs to really buck up his ideas and get moving, because Spurs don't want him, the fans don't want him here anymore. It's time for a divorce in that aspect. And I don't have anything against Winks as a person whatsoever, but you've been told since May that you're not wanted here. We're now on the 18th of August, and you still are no closer to moving away. read into that as you wish, because we've not exactly been sitting there demanding too many things about Winks. We just want him gone. So that's Winks. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is Japhet Tanganga. So Japhet Tanganga is linked really heavily with Inter Milan, okay? So they're considering a move for Tanganga, and he's... they have a similar sort of thing to us. They want 2 in each position. You know, what it would look like is probably a loan deal, and like clubs that aren't too sure on players, they want an option to buy because they're not too sure if they want to dedicate, like an Ndombele, for example. Spurs have wanted a loan plus an obligation to buy of 20 million euros, which apparently is a real sticking point for teams. Keeping Tanganga probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because of homegrown. It's always that nice. And he came through the academy. He can play right wing back if we're really desperate, which I hope we never are. And he can play centre half. We're clearly not going to make the money out of him this year. We might make a couple of million on the loan deal with his wages being covered, because obviously he's not going to be on big wages. So a team in Italy shouldn't be sitting there going, we can't afford his wages, because he's not on 150k a week. The 20 million euros deal, if it's putting it in doubt, the team, they just don't rate him enough, clearly. That's the thinking there in my eyes. Look, I don't think we have a bad relationship with Inter. I don't whatsoever. I think, look, we tried for Bastoni. They were like, look, we don't want to let him go. We moved off of him. You know, we moved off of Bastoni. Come get him. Be fair. We did you a solid. Now you do us a solid. You come get him. And if we get 20 million euros, that goes to next summer, and we can use that to develop the squad. Basically, in my opinion, take that 20 million euros, put in an extra, say, 30 million euros, and go and then say, look, there you go, give us Bastoni now. Last year was contract, there's 50 million euros. It's a fair deal for everyone. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm still holding out hope we will get Bastoni next summer, because I can't see Gavardio moving to us when any top team in the world want him. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bayern Munich come knocking on the door, because Bayern Munich are just the dictator of their own league and they take whatever players they want. But Man City would want him. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool would want him. United, hell, Arsenal, Chelsea. Chelsea would be a massive... he'd be brilliant at Chelsea, like us. Same formation. Need left-footed centre-half. He'd be great. You could play a Cucurella into a Gavardio. That's not too bad. You know, so... the difference is, I guess, our left wing-back is Croatian. And he plays at the international level. But if not, our left wing-back played left wing-back with Inter Milan's left centre-half. So there's that as well. So, I hope that deal does get done in a way. But if it doesn't, I don't think I'll beat myself up over it and get annoyed about it. It's a good squad filler. Okay. Coming on to Tutto Atalanta. Okay. So, by the way, that was from Gazzetta dello Sport, one of the big organisations when it comes to journalism in Italy. But this is Tutto Atalanta, who have said that yesterday they were like, Atalanta are really keen on Reguilon. Actually came out only a few hours ago. They're of the belief that Inter Milan could now beat them to the signing of Reguilon due to their salary ceiling. Hey, he's got a market. I love it. And actually, do you know what? If I'm Reguilon and Inter Milan come knocking, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, look at Hakimi. Hakimi went to Inter Milan, came back, and look how his career's gone from there. Reguilon should be looking at this with the same open eyes. I think that would be a really good move for him. Now, do Inter buy him outright, or is there a loan deal with instalments, or is there a loan deal with an obligation to buy? I don't know. But, yeah, I think it'd be a really good move. And actually, let's just get them gone. 18th of August, if we can have, let's say, 2 or 3 of them gone within the next week to 10 days, we're in a good spot, because we still need to clear people off for the Champions League squads and things like that. So that is important. Quick note on Bryan Hill. Valencia still really want him, but I still can't see us moving him unless we get an option in before the end of the window to allow him to do that. But we want an attacking midfielder anyway, with the idea that maybe Bryan Hill still stays. So that'd be a difficult one. I don't have any issues keeping Bryan Hill, if I'm honest. I would like to see him actually have a chance at Spurs. We've just loaned him out after, 8 substitute appearances last year. Get him some minutes. Dele Alli, right? Now, I didn't think I was actually going to ever have to speak about Dele Alli on this channel unless it was a match preview. But Dele Alli obviously is heavily linked to Besiktas, and everyone knows after he plays 20 games for Everton, Everton owe us £10 million. He's played 13 games, he'd need to play 7 more. Now, Dele Alli might resist this move and say, look, I want to stay, I want to fight for a place at Everton, and I want to do it, which does mean, hey, we might get some money out of this that are half decent. A lot of people are worried that we're going to get left with nothing from Dele Alli, which I don't think Everton would risk that in terms of relationship with Spurs. But actually, apparently Daniel Levy's negotiation will mean Everton will still have to pay a significant proportion of the original fee agreed to Spurs. We are still going to make money out of him, even if he gets moved. And I've always said this, and a lot of people get worried. I always knew we'd get money out of Dele Alli, even if he leaves. So that's really good. Now, one in. Now, again, to Atalanta. That's what the same source I mentioned earlier. Atalanta are willing to negotiate the sale of attacking midfielder Ruslan Malinovsky. Okay, now I may have murdered that, but if you look at the last name, you'll understand why. For at least 20 million euros. Spurs would like to secure the player on loan with an option to buy. Again, so maybe we're not too keen on him. Meanwhile, Atalanta would like an immediate permanent sale or an obligation to buy. Now, I know a little bit about Malinovsky just because I follow the Serie A quite a bit. He's an attacking option, okay? He's left-footed. I wouldn't say he's got rip-roaring pace, but he does have some good qualities, okay? And I may do another video on him if this rumour really starts to pick up some steam. Is he the guy for an attacking option that we wanted? We went from Maddison to Zaniolo to Malinovsky. It does kind of feel like we went from Maddison, in my opinion, this is where it's Maddison being here, Zaniolo actually being a step up because he's a wonder kid and he's brilliant and he can play multiple positions, to dropping all the way off screen even to Malinovsky. I think Malinovsky's good, but when you've been linked with those two, it feels like a bit of a sucker punch. So I don't know. I'm going to wait and see where that sort of news goes, because if it works in a way that we are going to be getting Malinovsky, then I will do a video on that to kind of talk about that. But anyway, guys, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know about you thinking about the exits in Ndombele going to Napoli. You know, let me know about Reguilon and Winks, Brian Hill, the Dele Alli situation. Let me know also about Malinovsky as well. And let me know your thoughts and feelings about our last sign, because I can only see us really getting one more. Unless something really magical appears, I can only see us getting one more. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all very, very soon.